Hi, it's me, Vicki Marie, and I'm talking to you now from this very early on Sunday morning on the 9th of July. And I just wanted to have a little chat about this story that's sort of broken overnight and is in all the Sunday papers and give you my take on it. So last night, just before I went to bed, I saw the tweet from Mr. Mark Williams Thomas, which I'm going to show you in a moment. And it was so annoying because I was just about falling asleep and ready to go to bed. And then suddenly I saw this tweet and then I was thinking, oh my God, is something going to break overnight, Anyway, let me just get it up for you so I can show you. So he tweeted last night, Sunday's front page in the Daily Mirror, BBC star parted with bosses at award bash after sex pic. Allegations were made. So that's what we've found out. I've tweeted him and said this is not fair on other presenters because then a lot of other presenters were going on, weren't they? Gary Lineker, Jeremy Vine, Rylan. I personally think it's terrible for the other presenters. This morning, as I've been looking at tweets, people are saying it could be Hugh Edwards or it could be anyone. This is the whole problem. So every BBC presenter that's actually, not on TV today, Graham Norton, I heard rumours about. There's so many different rumours. I think it's terrible. I think it's worse than naming the person. The thing is, if they name the person, if the person's got nothing to hide, they go to court, don't they? They have to go to court and, they have to provide it. I mean, I think they have got evidence, haven't they? So let's just go over what apparently has happened. So what's happened that a mother, bless her, because good for her that she's come out publicly with this. The mother of a youth who was allegedly, of course, no one can be named. So the family of a youth who was allegedly paid more than £35,000 for sexual images by this household name BBC presenter. The mother, so the youth showed the mother a screenshot of the household name reportedly seen in a state of undress on their sofa at home. So yeah, at the end of the day, this is, it's probably 100% certain to be true, isn't it? Or you're right, you can maybe never say 100%, but it's going to be pretty certain to be true. They've got photos, etc., and she's got evidence of money going into the account of the young boy. I think it was a boy. I'm pretty certain it's a boy, yeah. And so it's caused all this. It's coming out now. So allegedly, the BBC presenter was partying after, even though the story had come out. Oh, let me just read out to you what the mother said. She told her son that the man appeared to be leaning forward, getting ready for my child to perform for him. My child told me I have shown things, and this was a picture from some kind of video call she added. And the newspaper did not say when the alleged incident happened. But she also alleged that this year she was shocked from overhearing the presenter on the phone saying to my child, I told you not to effing ring me. So the man is supposed to have first requested images when the teenager was 17 back in 2020 and has made a series of payments since then. So, but no one has been named, but the Sun said, I'm not a big lover of the Sun, the presenter has not been suspended and is thought to be still being paid his six-figure salary in full. The family made a complaint on the 19th of May, but has come forward to the media after becoming frustrated that the man was still on air a month later. And the mother said her offspring told her they had also received a payment of £1,000 in June over PayPal, which suggested that the BBC had not spoken to this man. And she says that going public is the only way to stop it. And the problem is that the youth, who's now 20, she says, the mother says, he used this money to fund a crack cocaine habit, which destroyed their life. And I imagine that it did. And she said, if this goes on, then my child is going to wind up dead. Putting this out to the public is the only way to stop it. So, can you imagine? Well, I'm sure you've seen it. They're furore now. So we've had Gary Lineker, Jeremy. I mean, my money, first of all, was on Jeremy Vine because Katie Hopkins is always making insinuations about Jeremy Vine as if some, connected with the Philip Schofield thing. And so straight away, but he's come out and said it's not him. So maybe he wouldn't do that if he was public. The thing is, what do you think? In my opinion, this person needs to be named. If he's got nothing to hide, if it's not true, then he'll be absolved, won't he? But it has to be named. What is wrong with these? I can't even say just the BBC. Haven't they learned anything from the Jimmy Savile thing? Or is this sort of thing so embedded in the BBC that they, maybe it will unravel too much? I mean, this is what happened before with Jimmy Savile. Looked like it was going to unravel a lot, but in the end, nothing really properly got unraveled. It all sort of petered out, didn't it? Then we got the same with the Philip Schofield thing. I mean, the thing is, when people have got all that money and corporations that are powerful and they've got powerful connections, who knows who's involved in all this? It's difficult, isn't it? Now, it brings me to another thing that happened over the weekend or was talked about before this. Some people are saying this is like a dead cat almost to sort of detract from this big story, but that people now aren't talking about. But do you remember George Osborne, who was the Chancellor of the Exchequer when David Cameron was Prime Minister? And he, of course, brought in austerity, which basically meant he took all the money from people who really needed it and gave it to the richest 1% in the country. And, austerity is still going on in the UK. That's why all the public services were squeezed and cut. He's an awful man. He's an awful man. And now people are, outraged because some Just Stop Oil protest. So he got married. Right, let's go back. He got married at the weekend or within the last couple of days. Now I'm going to show you this clip. Now at first, I was sort of agreeing with most people. I think, it's not very nice at someone's wedding to do this. So it was a Just Stop Oil protester. I think you've got that up there now.
Me está diciendo que hay una probabilidad de que al pulsar ese botón destruyamos el mundo.
Detonador cargado.
No sé si se puede confiar en nosotros para poseer un arma así, pero sé que en los nazis no.
Oppenheimer, 20 de julio exclusivamente en cines.
New film coming out. Okay, let's see. Now, that's the Just Oil protester. Well, to be fair, it's just confetti. It's just red confetti, really. I mean, it's not paint or anything like that, but very forced smiles there, I think. I just look at his face. He's like, oh my God, who's that? And she looked like she was going to go mad, and then she decided not to. What was intriguing about these Just Oil protesters are quite often like they're not young, like that lady. She's not like a teenager. But let's just watch it one more time. Now, What do you think? Do you think that's a legitimate demonstration, or do you think they shouldn't do that? Because it is a personal thing, of course, a wedding. It's not a government thing. Yeah, she's got cojones, the woman. She's got some cojones to do that. Look at his face. He just doesn't know what to do. All right. Maybe I shouldn't laugh, but yeah, it's a personal thing, the wedding, so it's not a nice thing to do. But they laughed, to be fair, and you know, it was okay. It was just some orange confetti, so it wasn't like spray painting them or anything like that. So it was a low-key, but it was a personal event like that, a wedding. Maybe it wasn't the right thing to do, but that's something that happened. But the other thing is, I don't know if you know about, let me see, I've got it lined up here somewhere, because just before that wedding, George Osborne had received a poison pen letter. It was described as, let me just see if I can find it. Yeah. So he was, well, we don't know what the content is, but he's called in the police to deal with this. He was really upset. Let me read it out. George Osborne, really upset by poison pen email, an email, not a letter, as he marries his former advisor, Thea Rogers. George Osborne and his now wife, Thea Rogers, were said to be really upset and distressed after a poison pen email was sent to expected wedding guests on the eve of their wedding. Now, they're not saying, or I haven't been able to find out what was actually said in it. If anybody does know, I'll be very interested. Let's just get up this for you that I'm reading. So, get rid of the adverts. Goodness sake. It's all about adverts, isn't it? Anyway, so yeah, former Chancellor George Osborne has called in police to investigate alleged online harassment after a so-called poison pen email was sent to guests of his wedding. And friends say the email, which has since been posted online, I must look for that, is part of a long-term campaign of abuse in which an individual has made up rumours and engaged in cyber bullying. And the MP and his fiancée are said to be very upset and distressed by the situation. So let's see if I can find it. So it's probably on Twitter or somewhere. Twitter's a horrible place, really. Anyway, I'm not going to look for it now because I'm only just jumping on quickly. It's very early in the morning. I've only had one coffee so far, and I don't really come round until I've had at least 2 coffees. But I thought to come on and talk about this. So what do you think? Do you have a theory as to who it is? Gosh, when I was trying to sort of fish around last night and find out who it was, so many names came up. And, you know, so these are the names that I've heard. Well, of course, Gary Lineker went on to say it's not him. I don't think for a minute it's Gary Lineker. Rylan, no chance that it's Rylan. He's gone on public. Jeremy Vine, I'm not sure. But it's only because of things that Katie Hopkins has said about him, but they're just rumours. But normally she doesn't say things unless they're true. And she said something would come out in July on one of her little rants that she does on Katie's Arms that she did about Philip Schofield. I must try and fish it out, actually. She said, watch out for something coming out about Jeremy Vine in July. So that's why I straight away thought of him, but of course I don't know. Then people were saying Hugh Edwards, and I was thinking, it can't be Hugh Edwards, can it? Then people were saying Graham Norton, and But the trouble is that they're just saying a BBC presenter, and that's wrong, because then what they'll probably say we shouldn't speculate. So the newspapers come out and put these stories out telling us that, you know, some household name BBC presenter. Oh, then somebody else was saying it was the one from Gardener's World. Can't remember his name. You know, so basically it could be anyone. So every single BBC presenter who's a household name who's not on air at the moment, because they say he's not on air at the moment, but we don't even know that really, do we? Because nothing's been confirmed. I mean, it may be as the day goes on, we do get to find out who it is, and if it does, I'll be back. But I do think it's just terrible that they're allowed to present. It's worse to present a story like this, because it just, to be honest, causes more speculation. And not only that, it causes speculation on all the people that are, it's nothing to do with them, but just because they're a household name BBC presenter, you know, presumably it's not like Angela Rippon or Victoria Derbyshire, you know, presumably it is a man. But any male household name presenter who is perhaps openly gay, well, the people that are openly gay, they're the ones that, this person may be not openly gay. So it may be someone who's married or, you know, ostensibly is not a homosexual. So, you know, it's terrible, causing so much speculation. And then they'll turn around and say, oh, social media speculating, blah, 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 blah. You know, so it makes me quite angry. But anyway, have your say. Let me know what you think. I just thought I'd jump on and make a little video about it and tell you how I feel about it. Because, you know, I just think it's terrible that people, because with the best will in the world, and I don't care how nice a person you are and how much you know, you can't help but speculate. Everybody this morning will be wondering who that is. Don't matter if they're an absolute horrible person who just loves all the drama, or if it just, you know, your normal sort of Fred Blogs from up the road, or so everyone will be speculating. Of course they will. So I've just seen a mosquito. Don't know if I got it. Sorry. Oh yeah, loads of mosquitoes at the moment. It's really hot. It's only, as I say, well, now it's 5 to 9 in the morning. It's boiling already. We've got heat warning for next week. I think, oh my God, it can't get any hotter, can it? Anyway, so remember to always live and love very wisely. I'll see you later in the Serial Killer Sunday. I'm choosing between 2 at the moment, who to do. In fact, 3. But 3, you know, couples who are serial killers, and I'm trying to decide which one to do, but I will be doing one that'll be on later. I'll see you then, and until then, may your God go with you. Bye.